On today's video, a question near and dear to anybody's heart who's ever done this kind of work: what should I charge? Sort of seems like a big black box. Now, this one we're going to cover: what should you charge for your maintenance plan? To remind you, you should be offering 3 different products when it comes to maintenance and support. One is the basic maintenance plan, which is everybody needs to have it if they work with you. It's the basic stuff you need to be sure the site is running okay. So it includes updates, backups, malware scans, uptime monitoring, all the stuff that creates a foundation upon which people can work on the site without risk. That's your base product. Now, you also have products for ongoing support work, so like improvements and changes that are client directed. And then you have another product that's on top of that, that's a top shelf product that allows you to do some work to improve their site without them knowing. So like adding content, measuring analytics against goals and that kind of stuff. All the outline for all these products and what exactly should be in them is down here in the description. You'll find a link to our site where you can find all that information out. Today we're talking about just that base product that everybody should have. Not only everybody that works with you, but everybody in the world, to be honest, should be doing this. But we'll start with the people that work with you. I will tell you that we charge $199 a month for our maintenance plans. If you want to take that and run with it and charge $199 a month for the maintenance plan, go for it. If you want to spend an extra 10 minutes and determine what you should really be charging for the maintenance plan, I'll tell you. That's what the rest of this video is about. The goal is not to charge a certain amount for the maintenance plan or to charge a certain amount at all. The goal in this business in general is to make a profit, right? And the profit you're going to make is the difference between what you get paid and what it costs you to do the work. Now, you're going to have different levels of profit throughout the different types of business that you do. So construction projects you do, building new sites might have a certain profit level. You might even lose money on some. Maintenance plans, though, are you want to shoot for a 200 to 300% margin on maintenance plans. Sounds like a lot. In general, small business are looking at 20, 30, 40% profit margin across the board if they're doing great. But for this particular thing, this maintenance plan is so automatable, especially if you follow the instructions that we have on our website, that you don't have to spend a ton of time on it. You can get ongoing recurring revenue that comes in. And if you have that at a high margin, that gives you a margin of error across the rest of your business, where if you lose a little money on a project, if you do make a mistake, somebody doesn't pay their bill, you can use this high profit margin on your maintenance plans to offset it. It's a good place to do it because these maintenance plans are super valuable to people. The value to like having somebody watch over your website and making sure it doesn't go down, and if it does, someone's responding, is astronomical to small business and to organizations and to large businesses too. So you're going to be able to charge what you think you should for this because the value to the clients is huge. So how do you get to a 200 to 300% margin on these maintenance plans? First step is to figure out what it costs you to maintain a site. 2 parts to the cost, 2 components. One is the labor cost that it involves to maintain a site. Number 2 is the cost of the third-party services you have to purchase to maintain a site very well. You're probably going to be paying for your malware scanning. You're probably going to be paying for your hosting if you decide to add hosting to your maintenance plan. You're probably going to be paying for some storage solution, Amazon EC2, if you follow our instructions in terms of how to store the backups offsite. So there's a little bit of cost to third-party services. That's going to be a little bit variable. You want to take the monthly cost that the scans cost you and divide it by the number of clients so you can figure out a per client cost for those scans. Right now for us, I think we spend $900 a year to do the malware scans and the malware fixes. We have 75 sites now, so you're talking about dividing those to figure out what the monthly cost is. So you're probably talking, and then do the same thing for the monitor, for the storage, do the same thing for the hosting. So you're probably talking about a cost of like $10, maybe $12 per site per month. To maintain. And then on top of that, you want to add your time, the cost of your time. Now, how much does your time cost? You can go through a complicated calculation to figure out like what your hourly rate should be. Just use $100 an hour. Okay, that's good enough. Multiply how much time you spend by $100 an hour. Hopefully, if you've got all the automated, all of the automation going that we recommend in our course, could be spending about 10, 15, 20 minutes per site on maintenance. Now that means what is that? 20 minutes is a third of an hour, $100, that's $33. You add the $12, you're up to $50, right? You want to make a 200% margin, you want to be charging $200. So that's what you do. You figure out what your monthly cost is per site, then you mark it up so you make a 200 to 300% margin, which means you basically need to double your money. If you're spending $50, you want to make $150. If you to make a 200% margin, if you want to make a 300% margin, $200. So that's what you do. And believe me, the clients will pay it. It's a hugely valuable service that you're providing. Hopefully that helps. Let us know if you have other approaches to figuring this out, if you've done something different and works for you. This is what we found has worked for us and our clients in the past. And again, any more questions, send an email, put a comment. All of this is covered in extremely great detail with a lot of to-dos and in our online course that you can take. And hope you take a look. All right, bye.